Tonight on Friday Night Hockey, after the Kelowna Rockets took down the Lethbridge Hurricanes on Sportsnet Wednesday, we continue our western road trip with a stop in Red Deer, Alberta, where a familiar face has taken up the reins as head coach. And sometimes change is good. The Rebels have been the hottest team in the WHL's Eastern Conference since the change. Tonight, they face the Victoria Royals team led by their top scorer, Russian Alexei Gogolev.
Fires. They score! Alex Gogolev!
The Red Deer Rebels play host to the Victoria Royals. That's next on Friday Night Hockey. And welcome to our Friday Night Hockey studios. This one should be a good one. Red Deer 9-1-1 in their last 11. The Victoria Royals, winners of 4 of their last 5, coming off a big 6-2 win against the Seattle Thunderbirds on Tuesday. Welcome to the program, joined by a couple of CHL alumni. Number 10 from the Niagara Falls Thunder, Brad May. Number 6 from the Belleville Bulls, PK Subban. And making headlines over the past 24 hours, a key member of this Red Deer Rebel squad, Matthew Dumba, who played PK for the 2nd season in a row, cut from Team Canada. That's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, you know what? I met Matt actually this summer at the NHL draft. He sat beside me, actually behind me, when Malcolm was about to get drafted. And I got to know he and his father, Charles, and his mother, Trina, very well. Great kid. You see the way he plays the game. He's tough. He likes to step up. Some people say he chases the hits sometimes. But, you know, Brad's going to touch on it in a little bit. You know, your teammates got to support you. You know, coming off this World Juniors, he's going to be looked at to have a couple big games down the stretch. His team needs him. They're playing well. But, you know, it's a tough break. It's always tough getting cut from the World Junior team.
We'll see if you can turn that disappointment into inspiration. Before the game this evening, we caught up with Matthew Dumba and asked him how crucial it was to get right back into action.
Yeah, for sure. Come back here and help my team win 2 points. These next 3 games are going to be huge for me. Just keep on working hard and just improving each day and just getting better.
How would you rate the learning experience you've been through this week?
It's huge. A huge experience. It shows that I have a lot of hard work in front of me, and I'm willing to go through that. So it's all good.
Best of luck to you, pal.
Thank you.
And a tale of 2 coaches tonight, Brent Sutter and Dave Lowry, 2 guys that have, well, shared a bench before, Mayday.
Well, they have. And, you know, when I look at a hockey team, you look at the personality that coaches have to work with. Their personality is reflective, you know, throughout the team. Both coaches demand respect. They are hardworking guys when they played. They expect hard work, and they expect guys that are disciplined. And these coaches, you're going to look at a game tonight. It's going to be hard fought. They're going to play well positionally, and the better team will win.
2 hot teams, as we know, looking for their 5th consecutive road win are the Victoria Royals about to face off. We go to the NMAX Centrium. Sam Cosentino and our play-by-play voice, RJ Broadhead. RJ.
Thanks very much, Jeff. West meets East on Friday Night Hockey. The Victoria Royals, Red Deer Rebels. I'd like to welcome the viewers in the United States watching on the NHL Network. This is Friday Night Hockey. Visiting Royals right away sent it into the Red Deer zone, and Bolton Pouliot. A lot of questions if he can shoulder the load without Patrick Bartasek, the goaltender that's now with the Czech Republic. Top 5 in most statistical categories in the Western Hockey League, and now Bolton Pouliot has to hold the fort. Brandon McGee throws one in front of the net, and the Rebels right there, and it's Matt Dumba who broke that play out.
You talk about Pouliot, the Red Deer Rebels won it and acquired Spencer Tremblay, a guy who's experienced in the league, and should Pouliot fail, Tremblay should push him, and the 2 now will get a good, serious 1-month-long look to see who will 10 goal once Bartasek comes back as the backup.
Turner Elson, the captain of the Rebels, puts a backhander right on Pavilka. Down low, Reese Dino. He's being watched closely by Ben Walker. Brooks Maxwell. Walker's on him now. Elson, a bounce pass off the boards. Comes behind the net. Dino gets it to Maxwell. Maxwell, a shot that's kicked aside. Reno will score! Reese Dino, what a start for the Rebels. Well, there's a
a shocker. Reese Dino getting on the board for the Red Deer Rebels. This guy's been outstanding since being picked up from the Saskatchewan Junior League. And here watch him go into perfect position. He'll slide down and then he'll slide away to the far post. And when he does that, this rebound shot off the pad right to him, and Dino makes no mistake about it. It's like a rebound in basketball and a put-back slam dunk. This one absolutely perfect. Not the hardest shot from Maxwell, but most effective because it goes off the pad and leaves it in a perfect rebound position for Dino to pick up the goal.
Rebels score a minute 12 in. And they have been on fire over their last 11 games, 9-1-1. That's ever since Brent Sutter took over as head coach, and we were on the way here, Sam, and I tweeted that out, and right away some of my followers responded to say that's the exact same time Reese Dino joined the team, so he deserves some credit.
That's it, here in his 12th game now, his 13th point. Who would have expected that or saw that coming after playing very pedestrian minutes with the Medicine Hat Tigers last year and not even starting in the WHL this year.
Puck right in front of that Rebels bench, Keegan Kanzig moves it ahead to Traver. Traver tries to go wide. He'll go into the corner and chase it. Elson, he's going to do this himself. Free agent signing by the Flames. Didn't get it out, though. Low shot from 16-year-old Jack Walker, playing forward, usually a defenseman. And that hit something in the Rebels bench, and that will bring a whistle. The starting goalies brought to you by Shreddies, the official cereal of the CHL. Well, it was a tough start, as we saw, for Patrick Polivka, the 18-year-old rookie from the Czech Republic, making his 13th straight start. His 14 wins have him tied for 10th in the Western Hockey League. And there's Bolton Pouliot, the 18-year-old out of Calgary, made his first start in 14 games on Wednesday, and now it's back-to-back starts, as mentioned. Patrick Bartosak is with the Czech Republic for the World Juniors, so it will be up to Pouliot or Spencer Tremblay to take this job while he's absent.
And it'll be a good battle. And, you know, Tremblay was brought in for that very reason, to push Pouliot. Pouliot started this year as the backup to Bartosak, played in 6 games of the first 13 games here for Red Deer, and now he'll get that opportunity, but he will definitely be in a competition with Tremblay.
Odd man rush here, walking in. Crooks gets it in front, and Hodges couldn't convert. Jamie Crooks loses it to Joel Hamilton. Moves it ahead. Tyson Ness makes a move, tied for the team lead in points. Ness bumps with Kotek. Jordan Francie moves it ahead to Brandon McGee. Matt Dumba out there once again. We expect he'll get a ton of ice time. The 18-year-old Calgary native.
Tough to watch Matthew Dumba in the interviews after being cut from the World Juniors second straight year, but he's a strong character, and no doubt, RJ, he'll be better for it in the long run.
Reese Dino, the goal scorer, moves it ahead. Elson stops. In deep, Maxwell comes up with it. This line's been effective in their 2 shifts early on in this game. Logan Nelson, draft pick of the Buffalo Sabres. He fires one right on Pouliot, and he has no troubles. Keys to the game brought to you by the Irwin Tools Ultimate Hockey Experience with Wendell Clark. Enter now at irwin.com/hockey.
The Victoria Royals 14-2-0-1 when they score 3 or more goals. And for the Red Deer Rebels, you know, the only thing that really hasn't caught up since Brent Sutter took over as the head coach is the power play. 0 for its last 9, and that includes a 3-game stretch where they have not scored with the extra man. That's something that will need to shore up here, and something they'll want to do to get settled before the Christmas break.
Mitch Deacon, an opportunity to get this puck out. He'll skate it before he gets a bump from 16-year-old Connor Bleakley. Adam Lucille, 15-year-old, he's at AP right now for Red Deer, threw that dangerously in front of his own net.
Brother David playing now with the Edmonton Oil Kings. His father Frank, former NHLer and current scout with the Edmonton Oilers. And we talked about the new head coach, well, the renewed head coach, if you will. Brent Sutter of the Red Deer Rebels took over on the 13th of November and said it was the toughest decision he ever had to make. He and Jesse Wallen had worked together for 7 years. Jesse Wallen had been turned over the reins once Brent Sutter went back to the National Hockey League with New Jersey and Calgary. And when he had to make that decision, and you think of all the years of experience this guy's had as a player, as a coach, an owner, general manager, that was the toughest thing he's ever had to do.
Pouliot moves it along the boards to Cody Teal. He'll send it right back behind the net. Evan Fafford uses the handle. Thrown in front. Intercepted by Stockel. He doesn't get it out. Joe Hicketts fouls it right back in. Fafford trying to find some room. Great job by the Royals here, keeping the puck in. Can they get anything to the net? Hicketts, the 16-year-old defenseman, able to keep it in for the time being. Falling down, getting right back up his trip. Now he'll head to the front of the net. Pass doesn't get through to him. Fafford intercepted it. Fafford will loft this one up. And that, did it hit something?
No, that's going to be a penalty. And that's the kind of pressure a good forecheck can give you. And that's the end result. And Fafford says, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to try and get it off the high glass and out. Well, swing and a miss, up over the glass it goes. And there goes Fafford to the box for a delay of game. But Brent Sutter's team reeling as the Victoria Royals in deep hard on the forecheck. And it worked here to draw the penalty. Dave Lowry, the head coach for the Victoria Royals, formerly an assistant to Brent Sutter behind the bench of the Calgary Flames.
He had a little grin, said he was looking forward to this one. Rebels have been good on the penalty kill. Last 40 times shorthanded, they've only allowed 2 power play goals. Pretty good aid. Sends it down the ice. Malika will have to play this puck. Hamilton bangs the post just to let him know he's in the vicinity. Crooks pass. That's broken up by Dumba, and Dumba fires it down.
Yeah, really interested to see how Matthew Dumba will react in this game. The emotional stress of what happened yesterday. Tough to take, but we'll see how he plays here tonight. I expect him to play a ton of minutes and play a good game.
He's saying all the right things.
He sure is.
McGee, tight quarters with Crooks. Lofted it in front of the net. McGee reaches for it, comes up with it. McGee, bouncing puck, gets it to the corner, takes a bump from Brandon Davidson, comes out of the corner, back to the point. The low shot, that's kicked aside. Francouz can't keep it in, and now a chance for Elson. Elson one-on-one with Cote. The spin move. Oh, did he get a lot on that backhand? Polivka able to make the save.
The crowd all fired up for that one. Well, they gave him the offensive Subinator.
Logan Nelson quickly in front of the net. That didn't connect with a teammate. Jack Walker. Dumba pokes it behind the net. G'day, he's double teamed back there. Dumba a chance. That doesn't get past Jack Walker. Brother Ben Walker trying to go to the net. And Hicketts there. Hicketts takes a bump. Now it's back to his defense position. Rebels send it down again, and that will do it for the power play. Just 5 seconds remaining. Fafford is up, and he wants to get back on the ice. Royals looking for one last chance. They won't get it. Rebels back to full strength.
And no surprise there. Another good, strong, aggressive kill by this Red Deer Rebels team.
Alex Gogolev is the leading point getter in this game. Logan Fisher, there's number 20, 17-year-old. He's a Red Deer native. You know, he's fired up for this one. Wyatt Johnson gets the center, takes a hard hit by Stahl. Well, what a start for the Red Deer Rebels. Just took them a minute 12 to get that opening goal.
All standing by at the Rebels bench with Brent Sutter. 12 games ago, you come in behind the bench for this hockey club, played great hockey. What dynamic has changed since you came back?
A little bit more pressure. We're on our toes a little more and going after them a little bit. So, you know, we're playing an aggressive game.
All right, good to see you again. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
And there are the numbers going into tonight's game. The 9-1-1 record, points in 10 of 11 games, 37 of the 94 goals scored under the tutelage of Brent Sutter. The shots per game has gone up, and we've already seen an example of the penalty kill and how successful that's been.
Great start on Friday Night Hockey for the Rebels. Up 1-0, just over a minute in. Reese Dino got the goal. Looking for a little more in the offensive zone. Hamilton takes a swing at the puck. Hodges got it over to Jesse Zagraga. And he didn't get to the red line.
You know, RJ, Roger touched on it quickly with Brent Sutter, but the one thing he said about his hockey club is that they've played a much more up-tempo game, a much more fast skating skill type of game, and you can't do that without the defensive mindset put in place by Jesse Wallen before his departure. And so when that part of your game is in place, it gives you license now to take chances, to jump up on the rush, and to be more aggressive. And so there's a lot of good that came out of what Jesse Wallen had done up until the point in which he was let go on the 13th of November.
Matt Bellerive spins away from one check. Put it on goal. Polivka knocks it to the corner. Ness gets a shot. That hit a body, didn't get to the net. Matt Dumba. He had 20 goals last season, so you know he could contribute from the blue line. Brady Gaudet, he's going to have to hurry. He knows it too. McGee closing on it. McGee looked like he took a whack at the post, but mostly Pouliot.
Good save by Pouliot.
Little glance at the referee to see if he was calling anything. No. Dumba's pass goes all the way down to Polivka. Shot from the line. That was deflected. That fooled Polivka. Good thing it missed.
Johnson on the move, able to get his blade on it and change directions just slightly wide.
Tight checking out there. Bleakley will dump it in. Jordan French will be the first man to it. Mitch Deacon bounces off a check. Didn't get the puck very far. Lucille moves it back to Dutzel. Low shot. That one was deflected and just missed.
Johnson there again. Good hand-eye coordination.
Got to straighten up the sights just a little bit. Missed on both sides.
He's deep to the middle now.
Al Ristino creates a turnover, gets a shot, and Polivka makes a save.
He's flying early in this game.
Ristino again. Now he finds Stockel, and his shot didn't get through. Jim Draper, Royals having all kinds of trouble getting possession of the puck. Dino ahead to Stockel. Cote got in front of him, but Dino comes up with it. Draper standing still. Cross-ice pass just out of the reach of Jack Walker. Walker, the 16-year-old, makes one move. Hayden Fleury, one of these young 16-year-olds teams are raving about. Got caught there, got his pocket picked. Nelson able to move that outside the zone.
You know, RJ, in our tour through.
Bouncing puck, look out here. Pouliot just got a piece of it.
As I was saying, our tour through the Western Hockey League, you're seeing a lot of reliance on 16 and 17-year-old players.
Now the Royals starting to put some pressure on. Teams are going back and forth. Nelson with that assist on the first goal is the Red Deer Rebels team leader in points with 23. They're getting a team effort as far as scoring goes.
Balanced scoring attack, and when it comes from all three lines, it's tough for the opposition to key on somebody.
Maurice Dino, he's the goal scorer, and another couple of chances. Rebels still up 1-0.
Our next CHL telecast, the Home Hardware CHL NHL Top Prospects game, January 16th. You can see Team Jerry and Team Orr head-to-head on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific, and you lucky guys, you get to go to that.
Yeah, you got that right. A great 95 draft here, and you'll see Wyatt Johnston on a couple of occasions. The tip while on the move there, and then the second go-around in front of the net with a man all over him, still able to tip it. Both tips wide, but you have to appreciate the hand-eye coordination and the ability to go to the front of the net.
And Wyatt Johnston, he's a 95 born. He won't be at the Home Hardware CHL NHL Top Prospects game, but a team will be pretty happy when they draft him or sign him to a free agent contract.
Spent a lot of time with Brent Sutter this morning, and he was absolutely glowing and talking about this player.
He lit up talking about Wyatt Johnston.
Sounded like a mirror image of what he used to be like when he played.
Did it ever. McGee trying to get a shot for the screen. Hamilton, couple of cracks at it, finally gets it ahead. The Hats, and Ness just dumps it in, heads to the bench. Turned over, Elston, he'll take a bump from the captain of the Victoria Royals, Tyler Stone. Speed of Ben Walker, there he comes. Minnesota native trying to go wide. He gets a shot away. The puck's loose. Pouliot's looking for it. Side of the net. Rebels able to get possession. Come out to center. What's Maxwell? He's checked at the line. Nelson's pass picked off by who else? Cristino. Guys everywhere. Del Detzel gives it to Dino. Dino tries to cross his pass. Had a couple of options. Maxwell that touched it, and there's a penalty coming up as Nelson was trying to come in over the line.
On Elson and Nelson at one another. And it's the one minus the end that'll take the penalty. Nelson gets up into the grill of Nelson. Face full of leather. And the Ron Duguay lid snaps back, forcing Elson into the box for a roughing call. And we'll see how that shorthanded prowess by the Red Deer Rebels comes to the fore here. But that's one thing Dave Lowry talked about his hockey club. We love to play hard between the whistles. And so you will see some stuff occur at or around the whistles because we play so hard from whistle to whistle. That one resulted in a drawing of a penalty.
They average the most penalty minutes in the Western Hockey League. They haven't taken one yet, trying to capitalize on the power play. McGee takes the shot, walks a little closer to the net. His backhander didn't make it to the net, and it's gathered in and sent down the ice by Johnson. Brett Cote, good news for Victoria. He scores a goal. Got 5 this year. 4 of them have been game winners, including in their last game.
And they are 5-0 all told in games in which he scores a goal.
Cote able to track that one down and keep it in. Doesn't shoot. Gives it to McGee. Trying shooting at cross ice. Crooks tried the backdoor play. Nobody there for Victoria. Cote with 1:05 to go in the power play. And Walker trying to get those wheels wound up again. Walker moves it ahead to Nelson. Nelson has Fleury trying to prevent him from going to the front of the net. This one gets to the front, knocked away at the last moment by 16-year-old Connor Bleakley.
Boy, isn't that a lot of responsibility out in the penalty kill here in a 1-0 game, and you rely on your 16-year-old on the kill, and he comes up big for you.
Jack Walker. He's the younger brother of Ben Walker, the 2 brothers on this team. A couple of 16-year-olds banding the point on the power play. Ben Walker can't get it through. Hicketts, low shot. Nelson, he scores! Logan Nelson on the power play has tied it.
Pouliot just a little slow to react, and this is a good play by Hicketts because he does not have a lane to the net. So what does he do? He takes the next best option and puts it into a safe area. Number 2 is Hicketts, and you'll see him just fire that puck down because he knew he couldn't get it to the front of the net. As it comes off the backboard, Nelson is there, and Pouliot doesn't get back in time. You see him try and recover, and while he's there, he's down with the pad, but there's a big enough hole for Nelson to sneak it through, and like that, we are tied at 1-1.
4 power play goals in their last 2 games for Victoria, so maybe they've got the man advantage working. All even on Friday Night Hockey. Stahl a shot through traffic. Pouliot the save. Puck is loose. As Bellerive comes up with it and skates it out to center. Cody Teal. He bumps hard with Jesse Zagraga. Christian Stockel. Teal. Bellerive. Bellerive back in front to Teal, and he was tied up by Fisher. All the way to the line. His pass off the stick of Traber, and now there's 3 Royals out there. It's a 3-on-2 coming in over the line. Shot clubbed by Pouliot, and he'll hang on to the whistle. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, we're going now.
Fafford and Traber, 2 tough customers going toe-to-toe. Fafford, 18-year-old from Carlisle, Saskatchewan. Tim Traber, 19-year-old from Canal, BC. What a start to Friday Night Hockey. A couple of goals and a fight.
It's time for our Travelodge Fan Face-Off. Go head-to-head at the Travelodge Fan Face-Off for a chance to win a trip for 4 to the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Enter now at wherehockeystays.ca.
a few extras in the penalty box. Victoria gets the extra after that altercation, so Red Deer will get its first power play of the game.
Yeah, no worse for the wear. A couple little bumps and bruises from the tussle on foul.
Red Deer's over its last 9 on the power play. They've been good lately, but this is an area they'd like to improve in. Dumba walking and creeping and gets a shot. Philippe to the save. Elson looking for that loose puck. Instead, it's Francouz that comes up with it, and he rifles it all the way down the ice.
Victoria team coming into this game ranked 13th on the penalty kill.
Right near the middle of the pack. Dumba slaps it in. Oh boy, does he know these boards or what? He almost scored.
The old veteran move by Matt Dumba. Talk about the skill set this guy has, the ability to skate, throw that open ice hit. PK Subban talked about it in the opening, and here, the old veteran move, right off the sideboard, whoop, whoop. And right there, Lifka had to rebound quickly and stay tight to the post, or else that thing's in.
Well, that wouldn't have been the most conventional power play goal.
But you know what? At this point, Red Deer will take it any way they can get it.
No kidding. Hamilton creating some space. That shot goes high. Dumba can't poke it past Stahl. Able to keep it in. No, Dumba gets possession. Today a shot. No problem for Polivka. Oh, what a job by Brady Gaudette. Oh, and they say he knocked it down with a high stick. I don't know if Gaudette did. That looked like it was about waist high.
Yeah, it looked maybe just slightly above the waist, but not by much. And so the officials will get together. Referee at the bottom of the screen. Oh, actually, you know what? Great call right there.
No kidding.
And we have the benefit of the replay. It looks as if one guy's waving it off, the other guy's calling it. Who's on first? What's on second?
It was the right call, though.
It was the right call.
The bottom
sure
line.
was.
56 seconds to go in this Red Deer power play, and they have a face-off in their own zone. Matt Bellerive comes in for the winger win. Bellerive from Vancouver. Gets it in, chases after it. Francouz tries to stop him, still with Bellerive. Francouz bumps him again. Ness trying to put it back to the point, and that split the D. Now there's a couple of 16-year-olds manning the point here for Red Deer. We saw it with Victoria. Here's Hayden Fleury. He is a defenseman, Bleakley a forward, but plays the point on the power play.
Just like Brian Pilon of the Lethbridge Hurricanes we saw a couple of nights ago.
What's with these 16-year-olds? Good prop.
Yeah, great prop.
Wyatt Johnson, he can't get far. Cote, a couple of chances. One more? Nope. Bellerive. He's pinned against the boards. That is it for the Victoria penalty. They're back to full strength. Tyson Ness trying to get away from traffic. That takes a funny hop. Comes back to Underwood. His shot didn't get to the net. Brandon Fushimi. Here's another 16-year-old. He's got good size. From Colorado. Here's the 15-year-old, Adam Lucille. The future is bright in Friday Night Hockey.
Yeah, got to wear the cage. The affiliate player, the young guy, Lucille's got to wear the cage.
Ristino. Good touch on that pass to Brooks Maxwell. Hayden Fleury. Pass gets out to the neutral zone. Big Keegan Kanzik chops it back in. Dino over to the open side. 20-year-old Underwood moves it ahead to Lucille. That's broken up by Ben Walker. He can't get far with it. How about Joe Hickens? He spots Nelson. 2.5 minutes to go in this first period. That one's given away. Alex Gogolev. Gogolev looks in front of the net. Hickens was pinching in from the blue line.
He's been really aggressive. Hickens has no issues pinching and joining the rush.
Hickens listed at 5'7". His defense partner is usually 6'5", Keegan Kanzik. He's out there right now with Jesse Zagraga.
He'll jump in his pocket and go up ice with him.
Joel Hamilton moves it down low to Turner Elson. Elson comes out of the corner and his shot goes off his stick. and goes out of play. Let's check in with Roger Millions again. Raj.
All right, RJ, Sportsnet.ca, your best destination for OHL, QM and JHL, and Western Hockey League news and scores online. And, of course, Sportsnet.ca. Visit our new junior hockey page for the latest information.
Lots going on in the CHL world. An entire Team Canada picked out of players exclusively from the Canadian Hockey League, getting set to head over to Finland in preparation for the World Junior Hockey Championships, which begin Boxing Day in Ufa, Russia.
Matt Dumba, right off the faceoff, jumps into the play. Brendan McGee gets it ahead to Jamie Crooks. Crooks leads the Royals in goals. He has 15 this season. There's number 15. Match the number. He'd like to get past that number. Dragan dumps it in. Brady Gaudet right behind his own net. Setting things up. Hamilton will lead it. Dumba has Bellery. Did he get a piece of it? He did. Won't be icing. Rebels on a change. Fisher can't get it out though. Maxwell got on him quick. Brooks Maxwell, another relative of Brian Maxwell.
Yeah, they're everywhere. We're stopping the tour.
Here's Maxwell again. Gets a shot right on, and no trouble for Patrick Kalivka.
You look at this Victoria Royals team now lacking Tim Traber, who's gone to the room, but first periods, especially early in the season, have been troublesome for Dave Lowry's team. Shots on goal in the first period goals, both amongst the very bottom of the WHL. But I haven't seen any of that this period. 9 shots on goal, pretty good. They've scored a goal. They've only allowed 1 against. It's been a nice start here to the game, especially in a road game for the Victoria Royals.
Here's the goal scorer for Victoria. Logan Nelson takes a bump, just keeps on ticking. He's right in. Saved by Pouliot.
Classic go through you instead of around you. Not like Nelson's game. He's played with a lot of edge here tonight.
Late round pick by the Buffalo Sabres in his past draft.
That's something the Buffalo Sabres could use. A little size, a little grit.
Francouz, he's all tied up with Maxwell. Wyatt Johnson just content to keep possession. Dunbar spins away from Gogolak. Now to Underwood. Underwood will skate it outside the zone, get the buzzer, and now bump into a couple of bodies. And that gets some attention from Brandon McGee.
Yeah, I didn't like that much. McGee's been pretty feisty here in the early going.
Well, that was a pretty good first period on Friday Night Hockey. An early goal for the Rebels, a power play goal for the Royals. There was a fight in there. Even after 1 on Friday Night Hockey. Let's go to the studio. Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, RJ. Reese Dino, Logan Nelson, 1-1. A little bit of feistiness, a little bit of pepper in the chili. We got ourselves a ball game in Red Deer. We're going to get on the Team Canada World Junior page in a couple of seconds, talking about, well, some good news if you're a Red Deer Rebels fans. Alumni, anyhow. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins named captain of that squad. We'll talk a little bit more about Matt Dumba as well. PK Subban with a talent analysis and how much skill overlap are there between PK Subban, the kid who was cut yesterday from Team Canada. Stay tuned.
This intermission brought to you by OK Tire. Honestly driven. Friday Night Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by MasterCard. For everything you need to compete this season, there's MasterCard. By Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. And by Old Dutch, the official chip of the CHL. With Old Dutch, quality lives here.
And welcome back to our Friday Night Hockey studios. Brad May, PK Subban, yours truly, Jeff Merrick. And we're going to get back on the Team Canada page now that we know the 23-man complement that will be heading to Ufa, Russia for the U20s, or as we call them, the World Junior Hockey Championships. And some eyebrows raised, Mayday. Two 17-year-olds going, both scheduled to go in the first round. Maybe one goes first overall. Nathan MacKinnon and Jonathan Drouin of the Halifax Mooseheads. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, the first thing, it's about skill, and the birth certificate should not matter. These guys have great chemistry together. They're going to be very reliable for Coach Steve Spott because they understand exactly how each other play. These guys have skill, and when Steve Spott was looking, to pick his players, I'm sure a guy like Steve Yzerman was in his ear. When you think back of the Olympic team being picked for Team Canada, they went off the board, did something that wasn't expected. Drew Doughty made the team. Guess what? They come home with gold medal. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're good enough to play and you can complement each other, you got to pick the right guys, and they are the right tandem.
Doughty may have been the best defenseman for Team Canada as well. J.C. Lapon of the Kamloops Blazers, Western Hockey League fans know that name quite well. A really nice compliment on that Nathan MacKinnon, Jonathan Drouin line. We'll see if that one sticks for the World Junior Hockey Championships. I can't help but thinking, when you look at the play of Matt Dumba and the criticism of his game, I think back to a PK Subban playing with the Belleville Bulls, and the same criticism that I hear of Matt Dumba, I heard of you when you were a 17 and 18-year-old.
Well, I hope that the criticism for Matt Dumba is we're waiting for him to mature and change into this magical player that he's going to end up being in the NHL. Matt Dumba has got all the skill in the world. He's got talent. He plays the game physically, skillfully. He's a good player. Great
hitter,
player.
just like you and
Great
Belleville.
hitter. Exactly. And the big thing with me is when people talk about him as a hitter, they say sometimes he gets himself out of position. Well, sometimes that has to do with the team. He's got a very, very important skill set to that team in terms of stepping up and being physical. That third forward's got to understand that if he's going to step up and hit that guy, you want him to do that because ultimately that's going to transition into offense. So, Matt Dumba, the World Junior team, in terms of him being cut, sometimes great players get left off the roster, and I think that's clearly in this case, but every year that's the case for the World Junior team. We could have three teams that go over to Europe to play World Juniors. So for Matt Dumba, he's going to have a great career, 7th overall to Minnesota, great family, great kid. He's going to do just fine.
And you saw what Brent Sutter did in today's game. Get him right back in there. First shift,
exactly.
Matt Dumba's
He'll be
in there.
fine.
No boo-boo face for Matt Dumba, jumping right back into the play for the Red Deer Rebels. And there he is. Certainly disappointed yesterday, but right back to CHL action in the dub with the Red Deer Rebels. Coming back, a game thought from a forward's point of view and a defenseman. We break down the first goal in a couple of moments.
This intermission brought to you by OK Tire. Honestly driven.
First period scoring summary brought to you by Old Dutch, the official chip of the CHL. With Old Dutch, quality lives here. Evenly matched teams. First period betrays that. Ristino with his 6th, Logan Nelson with his 8th, and we are knotted at ones. Now, you may look at these two gentlemen and say, oh, it's PK Subban and Brad May. But, guys, we're going to ask you to put on your Howie Meeker hats and break down the first goal of the game 1 minute and 12 seconds in as Red Deer grabs a 1-0 lead. Mayday?
Well, the first thing is, these teams are well coached. You look at the Victoria team. They show up. They over back check in a case of Ben Walker coming down too low, trying to take away time and space. But when the puck gets circled back behind the net, the defenseman, his job is to separate the man from the play and finish his check here. He goes halfway. The two other players get puck watching. A player's left in front of the net. And I'm telling you, what happens here, it's just miscommunication. PK, you're a defenseman. Yeah. These guys need to talk.
Exactly. And you know what? A lot of the times, mistakes happen in the D zone all the time. But what helps out, what makes up for those mistakes, is communication. There's just no communication there. You can see that it's clear, and that has nothing to do with coaching. That's just the players on the ice, and it happens. It happens. I mean, in the NHL, I make mistakes sometimes, and I got to yell, Georgie, Georgie, my man's coming, my man's coming. Now he knows it's a 2-on-1 or there's a guy back door, and he can help out. So, I mean, it's just communication.
Georgie Georges, Josh Georges, Kelowna
That's
Rockets.
Josh Georges, Kelowna Rockets, Western Boy. We did him last week. Or earlier in the week, and I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that I gave him a shout-out.
There you go. You get the breakdown from an NHL forward and an NHL defenseman of the Ristino opening goal, 112 in. Have a look at your top scores, brought to you by Prestone. Don't let winter be the death of your car. Visit Prestone.com for winter driving tips. Alexander Gogolev, the overage Russian player. Forward for the Victoria Royals, 36 points in 32 games, leads the charge. Logan Nelson, with his 8th goal of the season, ties things up, and that's where we stand right now because of that young man with the Buffalo Sabres cap. Take a breath. Got the good flow, hey guys?
Great flow. Little greasy, but it's okay.
1-1 after 20 minutes. Second period coming up.
The Grand Slam of Curling continues on Sportsnet. East Ontario, Western Pacific. The Canadian Open quarterfinals tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific Time, right here on Sportsnet as the Victoria Royals come on the ice along with the Red Deer Rebels. We're waiting the arrival of Logan Nelson. I'll see where about there he is. The goal scorer for the Royals. He'll come by and join me right here. Logan, congratulations on your first period goal. Overall, you've won 4 of the last 5. You've done a lot of good things defensively. What else has turned the tide for your club?
We're working really well as a team. We got all 4 of our lines are rolling here, and it's been successful for us, and that's all we can wish for to happen tonight.
Play consistent, whistle to whistle. That's what Coach Dave Lowry tells us.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do, and that's how he preaches us, and that's what we try to accomplish here tonight.
Second period, too.
Thanks a lot.
Logan Nelson scores his 8th of the season. RJ and Sam, you can take it away.
All right, Raj, the play of the first period is brought to you by the Steak Chili Saves for Success program, where a saves made will result in contributions up to $30,000 to minor hockey teams. Go to steakchili.ca for details.
Yeah, and it has to do with the aforementioned Logan Nelson. Hicketts throws it off the board, and Nelson spins to win. Pouliot a little late getting back there and did not have good coverage against the near post, and that one tied it at 1.
Red Deer, quick strike in the first period, just over a minute in. And then Nelson on the power play. Even things up. That's how we sit on Friday Night Hockey as we start the second period. Victoria Royals visiting in white. Red Deer Rebels in the black sweaters. Aiden Fleury rifles it in. He'll play in the under-17 World Hockey Challenge for Team West. Stephen Hodges. Scored the first ever goal for Victoria, first ever drafted player for Victoria. Got a shot right on, and Bolton Pouliot to save.
Hodges, the 3rd-round pick of the Florida Panthers in the 2012 draft, and a guy who's battled some injury issues this year. And Dave Lowry figures that over the last couple of weeks, really just starting to find his game. The fact now that he's now healthy, feeling comfortable, and showing that ability to use his skill. 4 goals in the last 10 games.
Nelson, dangerous again, got a shot off the drop. Jesse Zagragin, watched closely by Reese Dino, circles the net. Now he has to deal with Brooks Maxwell, got past both of them. Nelson, the bump. Zagragin into the board, but speeding in is Ben Walker. He's got all kinds of wheels, and that one deflected up, not a play.
And look at Bolton Pouliot and this young Red Deer Rebels team with a nice group of 94 birthdays. And a nice defensive play right in front of Pouliot. This puck is deflected out of play.
Matt Dumba off the face-off, rattles it around. Zagragin can't keep it in. It won't be icing, so the captain has to go back and retrieve it behind his own goal. Trying to stall. It's bumped by Elson, the captain of the Rebels. Alex Gogolev drops it off for Walker. Walker throws it into the corner. Gogolev, leading scorer for these Royals. Gets it to Nelson. Logan Nelson can't get far. Brooks Maxwell right with him. Walker has it taken by Dino, and now Maxwell skates away for Red Deer. Jack Walker speeding in over the line, trying to have the same speed of his older brother. 2 Walkers from Minnesota. Danzig a shot. No problem for Pouliot. Big rebound. Chance for Walker. That shot was blocked. Right back to 6'5", Keegan Kanzig. He whistles that one wide. Riley Boomgarden has lost his stick. In fact, it's broken. He'll head to the bench. It's a long change in the second period.
6 inches off the top of that stick for Boomgarden.
Strange spot to break us.
Yeah.
Joe Ricketts, first ever draft pick for Victoria. 12th overall in 2011, and by all indications, he's going to have a pretty good career in the Western Hockey League.
It's been a nice return to the Western Hockey League to Victoria, the former Grizzlies where Grant Fuhr once played.
Taylor Crunk trying to get to the net, got a shot away, the rebound, and it was cleared and taken away by Bleakley.
Victoria in its second reincarnation in its second year here. Mark Habscheid was the former coach, and it was a team that was moved from Chilliwack and has had a lot of success here now in Victoria. They just love having the CHL back in Victoria, and a good opportunity here. Breaking away from the pack is Crunk. He gets a second backhand opportunity. Good persistence in going to the net. I like the way he uses his body to shield the puck, but the backhand can't get up and over the pad of Pouliot. Nonetheless, a good effort there by Taylor Crunk. His first goal scored back on October 10th against the Blazers.
Royals have come out hopping in this second period. They've outshot the Rebels 3-0 early on. Brandon McGee, 18-year-old from Edmonton, went to the Oilers development camp this summer, got a stick up on Godet, no penalty coming up. Royals keep the pressure on. Cote. Shot from Brooks, not much on it today. Despite the high stick staying in there. Dumba moves it ahead, can't get it by Crooks. Stephen Hodges in front, Crooks a shot, that's off the post. Hodges right back to Cote, and he puts it outside the line, helping the Rebels up.
Good push here by the Victoria Royals here on the road trip before the break comes to an end. A win in Seattle the other night. And then they'll go to Edmonton tomorrow.
And Dumba looking. They'll put this right on goal. And Patrick Polivka, patient, found his defenseman. Alex Gogolev over the line, stops, tried to get it to Walker. He was tied up by Dino. Gets to the line, kept in by Zagragis. Elson tried to dig that puck out. Dino's in there now. Gogolev can't get far with it, and now Turner Elson spins at his own line. Heading to the front of the net is Maxwell. Elson tried to stick handle in. That was broken up. Zagragin will join the rush with Logan Nelson. Nelson, the goal scorer for the Royals. Pass to Walker. That one hits the body, didn't get through the net. Elson to Dino. What a move by Reese Dino. We've seen some creativity from him.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing he couldn't find a job at the Medicine Hat Tigers. I mean, that's amazing to me. And he was just lighting it up in the Saskatchewan Junior League. It was a free pickup for Brent Sutter and the Red Deer Rebels. This guy's been dynamite.
Bill Detzel comes in off the point. Detzel from Rosetown, Saskatchewan, takes a bump behind the net. Dino trying to spin from trouble. Then Walker comes up with it, hard off the boards, and that will not have enough for icing.
See Detzel wearing that shield. A broken jaw forced him to miss 22 games.
Wyatt Johnson, there's a shot, and that goes over the glass out of play.
Well, Victoria that close to taking the lead here. Crooks with the shot goes right off the post. Pouliot in pretty good position, and Crooks having to be precise. And a little earlier, it was Joel Hamilton getting the stick up on Godet. Godet holding his chops for a sec, maybe trying to draw a penalty, but maybe he didn't even realize it was his own player, Hamilton.
Off the face-off, Boomgarden got a shot right through, and Polivka was there.
Good vision by Polivka, and he's done a fine job here between the pipes for Victoria. It's a good win by Red Deer, and then Boomgarden sees an opportunity. Instead of going D to D, takes the shot himself from traffic.
Logan Fisher able to get the puck ahead. Now jumping into the play was Joe Hicketts, and the pass went under his stick. Wyatt Johnson, 17-year-old from Saskatoon, to Connor Polivka. That one sticked aside by Polivka. In fact, came back in front. He kept his eye on it all the way. Boomgarden, another shot right on, kicked aside by Polivka. Lucille, Bleakley. Two 16-year-olds battling in the corner. Hicketts and Bleakley, they'll be teammates. The Under-17 World Hockey Challenge for Team Pacific, and a penalty coming up. Victoria trying to put some pressure on. It results in a power play next. Red Deer short-handed. They've already allowed a power play goal in this game. Victoria's lone goal from Logan Nelson came on the man advantage. Pass broken up through the middle by Brooks Maxwell. He does a spin, picks up some speed. Maxwell short-handed, got a tricky shot away. Palika batted it aside.
Oh, what a job by Maxwell. This shift, he gets rewarded by drawing the penalty. Excellent speed, and for Maxwell, he realized, and this is part of this new up-tempo style of game, even though Red Deer was short-handed, Maxwell is able to pick this up in the neutral zone, and then he boogies down ice, gets a good shot on goal, follows the puck there afterwards, and then draws the penalty as Cote brings him to the ice. That is an excellent shift there by Maxwell. He helps even things up. We'll play 4-side.
The next minute 7, our first chance to see these two teams go 4-on-4. Victoria controls out the faceoff. Alex Gogolev moves it over to Jordan Francouz, property of the Ottawa Senators. Shot right on. Pouliot knocked that aside. Ben Walker. Walker cutting to the net. His shot. That stung off the ankle of Underwood. Hayden Fleury along the boards. This won't get out. Francouz put it back in. Gogolev first man to it. Underwood unable to skate very far after taking that shot off the ankle, but he gutted that one out and moved the puck ahead to Matt Bellerive. Bellerive over the line. Fleury's jumping into the play. Bellerive in front. The shot, he scores! Matt Bellerive doing it all himself to give Red Deer a 2-1 lead.
Well, you get into that 4-on-4 situation and there's more ice, and the toughest proposition for a goalie is anyone cutting through the middle, especially down around the hash mark. So Bellerive says, you know what, I'll stop here. He makes a great move to get around Ben Walker, and once he does that, that lane opens up, and now you've got the goaltender going east-west. You go back the other way, beat him on the long side, and Bellerive picks up the go-ahead goal for Red Deer.
Connor Bleakley, he's out there with Tyson Ness. Ness riding a 5-game point streak for Red Deer. He's battling with Stahl. A couple of tough customers not giving the other one an inch. Stephen Hodges. Over the Panther property. To Hicketts. One-time shot. Stahl off the side of the net. Nelson. Spins away from one check. Victoria short-handed now, and Nelson's able to walk right in front. He got a shot away. Today, Hodges trying to take the puck from him, and this will be a short 30-second power play for Red Deer. Today, shot right on. Rebound goes to Elson. He couldn't get a shot. Leaves it for Hamilton. There's one right on, and Palika took a peek over his shoulder.
Younger brother of Wacey Hamilton, formerly of the Medicine Hat Tigers, gets an opportunity. We'll take you back to the goal, and Bellerive says, I'm going to go wide, and then he decides to cut it back. He realizes that 4-on-4, he's going to have an opportunity to get a little more space. And as he cuts it across, you see Palika going east-west, and that's always the toughest proposition for a goaltender. Bellerive does a great job with the precision on the shot going back to the long side.
Matt Dumba. Down low, Elson circles the net. Elson still with it. Up high to Gaudet. His shot, that whistles off the post. He found a seam and put it right through. He came close on that short-lived power play that has now expired. Victoria's back to full strength.
And we've seen a lot of posts the last few days. 6 of them all pulled now. 4 of them in the Kelowna-Lethbridge game on Wednesday night.
Goalies are going to want to be on Friday Night Hockey with all that help.
Sure, they love the luck.
Francouz moves it ahead to Ben Walker. Walker gets a shot right on. Pouliot, calm, cool, knocks that aside. Might get tested again. McGee reaches for one. Underwood chops it to the line. Kept in for the moment. Reese Dino steals it. Sends it ahead to Bellerive. Bellerive goes to the front of the net. Another shot, and he hits the post. Hit the crossbar.
I can't believe it.
Here we go again.
have to get new nets.
Oh, boy.
Cannon by Bellery.
Baffert skates away from the forecheck. Up to Cody Teal. Teal's sandwich still on the boards. Got the puck deep. Francouz pass. That's picked up by Stockel. Low shot. Didn't get to the front of the net. Getzel. His shot is blocked. Taylor Crunk moves it over to Traber. He'll send it into the Red Deer end. Jensen has his pass intercepted by Traber. Now Deacon. Mitch Deacon coming right out of the corner. Sends it right back into Taylor Crunk, the 17-year-old from California. Deacon can't get away from Baffert. Baffert pins him up against the boards. Crunk comes in, takes the puck away. Back to Hicketts. Down low, Deacon. Hicketts keeps it in again.
He shows no fear. I love the way this guy pinches, and he does it with a ton of confidence.
Good young pressure on, no doubt. And there you go, Sam. Picks one off at center. Keegan Kanzik. They grow him big in Athabasca, Alberta.
They sure do. This guy's man mountain.
Red Deer being forechecked. Victoria turning it up a notch here. Blakely just missed a hit. Fisher had him lined up. Wyatt Johnson stick handles over the Victoria line. Shot right on. Palivka the save. Fisher can't get it out. Kanzik over to Hicketts. Hicketts didn't see anything he liked, so slapped it off the boards. That worked out. 2-on-1. Puccini in front of Fisher. He had to glove it down. Couldn't get a shot. Adam Musil, look out. Just saw that hit at the last minute. Bellery, he's had the hot hand lately. He's scored and hit a crossbar.
And Brent Sutter going back to him here, feeling that Bellery was feeling.
Dumba's shot, that was blocked by Stahl before it got through to the net. Puccini slowly to center. He's in need of a change. Dumba's pass. Dino got a piece of it. Won't be icing. Palivka has to play. Maxwell along the boards. Hollering for it in the corner was Elson. Puck didn't get to him. It's up in the air. Zagrogan moves it in front of his net. Picked up by Elson. Hard shot. Glove save by Palivka.
Yeah, almost a similar situation to the Bellery goal where Palivka was moving left to right.
McGee got to the line, then lost the handle. Dino moves it ahead to Maxwell, and he's tied up by Stahl as he got to the line.
And that was able to happen because with Dumba stepping up there in the offensive zone looking for the hit, McGee stopped dead in his tracks.
And Elson coming in takes a penalty, so it will be Victoria going to the power play again.
Post Cereals bringing your favorite CHL goalies to your homes. Collect up to 24 exclusive CHL hockey cards out of the back of specialty marked Post family size cereals. Limited edition collector boxes as well. Collect up to 12 different boxes with your favorite CHL goalies on the front. Also visit Shreddy's Facebook page and enter for your chance to win a trip to the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup in Saskatoon.
Captain Turner Elson goes to the box, and you can see on the forecheck, he just gets caught going the wrong way, and he trips up Francouz.
Victoria's fourth power play of the game. They're 1 for 3.
Turner Elson, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty.
Jack Walker. Here we are with his 16-year-old tandem on the point for Victoria again. Hicketts and Walker. The pass gets through to Ben Walker. And he gets a stick up one today. Today's had a couple in the chops.
Tough breaks.
Shot from Hicketts, and he golfs that one. Not a bad wedge, but not good in this situation.
You talked about it, playing for Team Pacific, coming up at the Under-17 Challenge. He wore the C last year for the Okanagan Hockey Academy. And as a first-round pick to Victoria, 12th overall in the 2011 draft. I love this guy. I mean, he jumps up in the neutral zone, weak side pinches. In his own zone, he handles himself fine defensively. Victoria's got a good one in Hicketts.
That's what Dave Lowry said. He's very happy with his 16-year-olds. We just keep seeing it on Friday Night Hockey. 16-year-olds emerging as go-to guys on their teams.
It's amazing to me how that has the ability to work out. Little OHL infusion here in the WHL as they try and get things straightened out with the score clock. A tough situation for Dave Lowry and the rest of the Victoria Royals. Austin Carroll, player from Phoenix, lost his father yesterday, Phil, and so our thoughts, prayers, and wishes go out to the entire Carroll family.
Royals on the power play. Francouz comes in over the line. Francouz still with it. The defenseman fires it around. Cote. That one picked off by Detzel, not out yet. Underwood sends it down the ice. Kalifka has to play it. Hamilton letting him know he was hanging around. Francouz again leading the rush for Victoria. This time to Jamie Crooks. Big shot. That just missed the far side. Brandon McGee over to Cote, the leading defenseman scorer for these Royals. Right back to McGee. Drops it off for Cote. Wines, fires, and that one was wide. Francouz. Crooks down low is Stephen Hodges, property of the Florida Panthers. Hodges guarding the punt. Cote got to get a shot away. Francouz gets it in front. Hodges looking for McGee. He got 3 Rebels converge on him, and they fire it right down the ice again.
Good aggressive kill once again by the Rebels. And you can see Victoria getting frustrated with their inability to get set up in the offensive zone.
10 seconds to go in this power play, and they're offside.
Suicide information and education.
The Victoria Royals, and we talked about this reincarnation and the return to the Western Hockey League now in year 2 to Victoria. The Save-On Food Center, we had the opportunity to go there for the Subway Super Series for the 2nd time in the last 3 years. What a beautiful barn, great place to live, and a nice addition back into the Western Hockey League. What a spot. If you had to pick a job in the Western Hockey League, you might want to look there first.
Well, we had a great time there. It is gorgeous. Underwood, the 20-year-old defenseman. Couldn't get it to Bellery. Trunk causing some problems in there. Trunk trying to come out of the corner. Gives it to Zagragin. Got from Stahl. That's off the leg of Elson. And a penalty coming up in front of the net, and there's Mitch Deacon trying to plead his case. He's not going to win this one. Red Deer going to the power play when we come back.
Friday Night Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Travelodge, where hockey stays. By Cal Tire. Talk to Cal at any of the 240 locations across Canada or shop online at caltire.com. Cal Tire, true service. And by MasterCard. For everything you need to compete this season, there's MasterCard.
Battle in front of the net results in the penalty, Underwood and Deacon, and it's Deacon who ends up going into the goaltender, Pouliot, and arguing that he was pushed in by Underwood, but did not plead his case to the point where the penalty was called.
Just about 2.5 minutes into this second period, shots have been 13-1 for Red Deer. There's going to be more coming up on this power play.
2 minutes for goaltender interference.
Hamilton.
Time of the penalty, 15 minutes.
To Dumba, that one just trickles wide. Hamilton goes down and gets it. Turner Elson. Right back to Brady Gaudet. Wines doesn't shoot. Gaudet waiting. Elson. He can't find a lane. Elson spinning, keeping possession, dropping it off for Hamilton, and the Royals are able to get to it, and Crooks fires it down. Minute 20 to go in the power play. Pass to center. Again, Victoria not letting the puck inside their zone, and Red Deer has to start from behind their own goal. Hamilton. Walker with that great speed tracks him down. Pass gets to Gaudet. He misses the rebound off the side of the head.
Seen that movie before. That's how goal was scored in the first by Victoria, off that same part of the board with the hard rebound out.
Gaudet to Hamilton. Red Deer establishing possession. Shot in front, didn't get through to the net. Ristino. Down low to Elson. Cross-ice pass. Hamilton missed.
Walker got a stick on him, though. He went stick on stick.
Hamilton quickly in front of Dino. Spins. Didn't get the shot through. Hamilton to Matt Dumba. Dumba trying to create a little space. Low shot. Deflected up high. Francouz gets it, and he chops it down the ice with 15 seconds to go in the power play. Brady Gaudet. Tyson Ness knows there's not much time to go in this man advantage. Brooks Maxwell comes up with it behind the net. Comes to the line. Fleury puts it right back in. Victoria's back to full strength. Deacon's penalty's expired. Now he has the puck.
The power play continues to be an issue for the Red Deer Rebels.
Mitch Deacon just had 2 minutes to sit and watch. He's got a little jump in his step, and the referee stops that progress. Hogan Nelson waiting for somebody to get open. Nobody did. Maxwell's lead pass, that was snipped out by Stahl. Maxwell chops it over, was hoping Ness could get to it. Instead, Gogolev steals it. That one's out of the reach of Nelson and goes down the ice for icing. Red Deer still leading 2-1.
Once again, we remind you of the Travelodge Fan Face-Off. Go head-to-head in the Travelodge Fan Face-Off for a chance to win a trip for 4 to the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Enter now at wherehockeystays.ca. RJ and Sam, it's all yours.
All right, Roger. Well, we're nearing the end of the second period, and our hardest working player of the game. It's brought to you by John Deere. As a proud fan and sponsor of the CHL, John Deere and its dealers are activating the Goals of Gratitude toy drive. See a participating John Deere dealer for details.
Adam Kampich is the former captain of the Red Deer Rebels. When he got traded on October 8th, Turner Elson took over, and all season long he has been the most consistent player according to head coach and general manager Brent Sutton. Elson with a good chance there on the spin around. He spent a little time in the box as well. And for his efforts tonight, the captain of the Red Deer Rebels, who's our hardest working player of the game.
He has been an important piece for Red Deer. When you look at this team statistically, wow, they don't have a guy anywhere near the top 20 in scoring, but they have been getting that all-round team effort led by Turner Elson.
Yeah, that, and they've really had some good goaltending with Patrick Bartozak, who's not here now, and who, as you mentioned earlier, RJ, has joined the Czech Republic, and the numbers of this guy are sensational. The 17 wins, the goals against, the save percentage, and now an opportunity for 2 goaltenders in Bolton Pouliot, who we're seeing here tonight, and Spencer Tremblay, the backup, to come in there and try and fight for that number 2 spot once Bartozak returns. But you talk to everyone around here in Red Deer, and they say this guy's been sensational. He's stolen a lot of games for us this year.
Gaudet can't keep that puck in. Nelson has Gogolev with him. Nelson walking in, and he's checked by Matt Dumba. Never did get a shot. Gogolev, he's crunched by Dumba. Gaudet ahead to Elson. Hardest working players pass. That's broken up by Nelson. Dumba another hit, having an effective shift. Nelson caught that one in his body, got it to Dino. Down low, big bounce off the backboards. Royals were there. Gogolev sends it into the Red Deer zone, right back out. Jesse Zagragin. There's a hard one up high off the glass. Pouliot can't block it behind his net. He hasn't been busy this period. He's only faced 4 shots.
That's the other result, RJ, of playing that up-tempo game where you want your guys to carry the puck as opposed to dump it. You have that puck possession. The more you have the puck, the more shots you get, and the much more you limit the other team from their opportunity.
Victoria's been outshot in 22 of their 31 games this season. This might be 23. Red Deer has the advantage in shots as we're into the final minute of the second period. Relief shot plays it along the boards. Nobody there, but Matt Bellery. Francouz, he'll jump into the rush. Underwood quickly to it, takes a bump from Traber. Dumba tied up, gets it to Underwood. Now he spins away from a check. Matt Dumba. First round pick of the Minnesota Wild. Right on the tape of Ness. That pass knocked away by Crooks. 16 seconds to go in the period. McGee is checked before he can get a shot away. McGee gets it again. McGee's behind the net. Now in front. That one sent to the sideboards by Bleakley. 4 seconds to go. Victoria needs to get something to the net. As they do from behind the net. Pouliot had to be alert to make that save. All the scoring.
Danzig wants he wants in there. Why wouldn't you? At 6'5" at about 230.
All the scoring in the second period belonged to Red Deer. Just the one goal from Matt Bellerive, and the Rebels take a one-goal lead into the third. Second intermission. Let's go to the studio. Jeff.
RJ, and I'll tell you, you should have seen here in the studio, Matt Bellerive scores that goal. Brad May and PK Subban pop like the cork out of a champagne bottle. We'll break down that goal in the second intermission. Also, how a CHL suspension may cost a Plymouth Whaler his chance to play for his country at the IIHF World Junior Hockey Championships. That story, Stefan Noesen to the Plymouth Whalers, coming up in a moment.
This intermission brought to you by BMO, the official bank of the CHL. Commentators' clothing provided in part by Z Zenya.
2-1 Red Deer after 40 minutes of play. Back here at the Friday Night Hockey Studios, Jeff Merrick, PK Subban, and Brad May. Team Canada's junior camp has come and gone. The 23-man roster is set. USA's camp, however, begins on Sunday. They're sending the kids overseas. Some kids will come back. Say what you want about that way to cut kids. But one decision may have already been made for Team USA, and that involves Stefan Noesen, first-round draft pick 2 years ago of the Ottawa Senators. He was given a 10-game suspension going back to a hit on December the 8th in a game against the Oshawa Generals. Defenseman Tyler Hoare, we'll watch him tracking the puck here, going back into his own zone. There's Stefan Noesen of the Plymouth Whalers on the defenseman. Hoare opens himself up. Noesen hits him, and if you watch, he leaves his feet. Dave Branch, commissioner of the OHL, threw a dime at him, as they say, guys. A 10-game suspension. The IIHF has a bylaw, Rule 3.302, rather, that suspensions will carry over into IIHF tournaments, meaning Stefan Noesen would not be made available for Team USA for the World Junior Hockey Championships. USA Hockey is appealing the decision, but by shaking your head, PK Subban, I'm guessing you don't agree with this decision.
As they should. They should. They should appeal it. And Brad's going to talk about it in a moment, but I'm a defenseman. You know, I go back for pucks every game. I've taken hits. I've seen bigger hits than that. And I agree. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Dave Branch and what they've done with the OHL, playing there. It was amazing. I agree with the process. I agree with getting head checks out of the game, eliminating those types of checks. Was it a bad hit? It was a difficult one. It was a difficult hit. You know, it was a bad one. But at the same token, should that hit and that suspension take away this kid's opportunity of representing his country? Maybe the only opportunity that he gets to represent his country.
It'll be his last one. He's a 19-year-old.
Okay, it's his last opportunity. Should that opportunity be taken away? I don't think it should. To some kids, to some players, that's more important than playing in the NHL. I believe that that should be lifted so that that kid can play. It's important, and I think it's great.
What do you think of the hit, and what do you think of the IIHF bylaw?
Well, I think it's got to change, and obviously, hopefully, the appeal process works in this case. Stefan Noesen deserves to play in the World Junior tournament if he makes his team. But we do know that he's a good hockey player, and you're right, PK.
He deserves
I had an
the
opportunity. Hey, I got to play with Team Canada in 1990-91. You played for your country as well, and it's the greatest level and the greatest tournament, the greatest achievement of a young hockey player's career, and for that hit, to take him out of the game and to play for his country, I really hope it doesn't work that way for him. And I also don't think it's worth 10 games, that hit, by the way.
I agree with the process, though. I agree with Dave and them trying to get rid of the hits. I believe they got to get rid of them, but I think he should be able to play.
You just don't like that the suspension travels.
No, it shouldn't travel.
PK,
Let him sit for the...
There's not a chance that's worth 10 games.
No, it's not.
In the way I see hockey. Dave Branch does do a good job. Head shots are terrible. Yes, get him out of the game. That's a hockey play. If the defending defenseman has got to protect himself. Turn your right shoulder, take the hit. You don't open yourself up for that collision.
And that's from 3 gold medals on this panel. 2 for PK Subban at the World Junior Championships, and as Brad mentioned, the big event in Saskatoon back in 1991. Rebels lead by a puck. Some work to do if you're the Victoria Royals to get back into this one in the third.
This intermission brought to you by BMO, the official bank of the CHL.
First and second period scoring summaries brought to you by Intact Insurance. You're back. Dino Nelson exchanging goals in the first period. Matt Bellerive with a gorgeous play. Highlight reel goal has the Red Deer Rebels up 1 puck, 2-1 over the Victoria Royals. Welcome back to our Friday Night Hockey studios. Jeff Merrick, PK Subban, Brad Main. It's always fun to watch the hockey fan come out of NHL hockey players. And that was the case when Matt Bellerive cut to the middle and put it in the net to put the Red Deer Rebels up a single puck over the Victoria Royals. Walk us through this play, gentlemen, and what did you like specifically about it?
Go for it, big guy.
Well, I'm telling you this right now. I talked about, somebody's greasy hair at the end of this guy's got some greasy mitts, and they're pretty slippery. You watch him here, penetration, calm, cool. I mean, that's just such a skillful play. I heard Brad May say at the break that this was probably the nicest goal that he's seen all year. I mean, he hits the crossbar here. He's been around the net. Pretty skillful play, playing in a league that's really not known for mostly their skillful play, but the rough stuff.
So Logan Nelson has the greasy hair. Matt Bellerive has the greasy mitts.
Greasy mitts.
What do you make of that play, Mayday?
You know, the greatest part about it was when he would cut, Bellerive cuts into the middle across the top of the circles. Not only does he make one fake with a feint, takes it back, he hangs on to the puck, goes across the middle.
The hesitation.
And then he throws it back cross-body to hit the far post, inside the post. Outstanding play. And it was guaranteed to be the best goal of the year thus far, in my opinion.
There you go. Goal of the year candidate, Matt Bellerive of the Red Deer Rebels. And so far, I think safe to say we're all on the same page. A nice bounce-back game after a disappointing 24 hours for Matt Dumba.
Playing well.
Red Deer up 2-1. Third period coming up next.
Well, we're back at Red Deer, almost set for the start of period number 3. This gentleman has given the Rebels a 1-goal advantage. A big second period for you. You really pressured the Royals, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. We got off to, after our goal in the early first period, we got off to kind of slow start. Came in the room, said we were going to pressure their D, so we did that. Got some pucks and bodies to the net and worked out.
It was a beautiful goal. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
All right, Matt Bellerive has given the Rebels a 1-goal lead. RJ and Saboteurs.
All right, Raj, that was an important goal, but keep in mind, 8 of Victoria's 17 wins have been come from behind victories.
It's a Red Deer team that does extremely well when holding the lead going into the third period as well. So it'll be an interesting battle between 2 different theories that have worked out for the respective clubs so far.
2 teams on hot streaks. Victoria Royals, Red Deer Rebels. Friday Night Hockey started the third period. Victoria's won 4 straight road games. Red Deer, 9 wins in their last 11 games. Stephen Hodges lost the puck. The puck's a little sticky in the corner there. Jamie Crooks has to deal with Underwood. Red Deer trying to establish something early on. Matt Dumba, he takes a shot. That whistles up high. Crooks doesn't get it out. Hamilton anticipated that play. Hamilton gets it again. Gets it to Ness. Now it's a stalemate. Ness and Crooks comes back to Dumba. Dumba off a shin pad of Crooks. And a second reaction by Dumba prevented a breakaway.
Good quick stick there. The Rebels 10-0 and leading after 2 periods.
Reese Dino chalked up another interception for him. Tim Traver, he had a scrap in the first period against Kevin Pafford. Traber goes wide. Traber throws it in front. Colton Pouliot got the paddle of the stick to prevent it from getting in front of the net. This won't be icing. It'll be right on goal. And Patrick Polivka, 18-year-old rookie from the Czech Republic. Johnson couldn't get a shot. Bleakley loses his stick. That went about 14 feet in the air. Traber over the line. Shot redirected. Big save by Pouliot off Logan Fisher.
Fisher, you could see it. He smelt it right from the neutral zone, and he got in just barely onside. Barreled straight to the net. Nice deflection, but Pouliot was there.
Gray. His pass. That one's picked off. Pouliot comes up with a big save early on for Red Deer to preserve their one-goal lead. Gogolev gets it to Nelson. Goes to the front of the net. Hicketts back down to Nelson. Pass to Walker. His shot doesn't get through. Bucks Maxwell. To Reese Dino. He's checked immediately by Brett Kotek. Nelson. Dino over the line, takes a look. Nelson's catching up. Dino spins away from another net. Dino a shot. Polivka made the save, and Dino is down.
He took a stick from the chops, or maybe an elbow or a shoulder, but a brilliant play, and there's going to be a penalty on the play a little earlier. How about Fisher? Watch Fisher come through the neutral zone with speed. He gives it, and then he goes. And Traber goes wide, and you'll see Fisher re-enter the screen with the deflection. And here, Reese Dino makes one move, a second one right there, and finally a third before he gets bumped at the end of the play on a hard elbow by Nelson. And so Nelson goes to the box. Dino was slow getting up. He's had a brilliant game for Red Deer.
Red Deer on the power play. They're 0 for 3. Connor Bleakley, his shot misses, and that will give Victoria a bit of a break. Goes all the way down into the Red Deer zone. Aiden Fleury. No relation to Theo Fleury. Fleury, he got the puck tangled up, and Red Deer's offside, so Brett Cote will take his time as much as he can before he sends it down the ice. Aiden Fleury from Carlisle, Saskatchewan. He'll play for Team West in the Under-17 World Hockey Challenge. Gets it to Matt Dumba. Dumba to Hamilton. Right back to Dumba. His shot. That puts a body in front. Drogin comes up with it. Dumba broke his stick. Goes to the bench. Has another one.
I was looking forward to seeing him let it go. Matt Dumba can really shoot a puck.
Stick let him down there. Under a minute to go in this power play. Turner Elson, the captain, the leading scorer for the Rebels. Not much developed there for him.
Boy, isn't that something, though? You look at all the success that this Red Deer team has had here over 11 games, 10-0 and leading after 2. And
oh, boy, that wasn't offside by much. Reese Dino by millimeters. The play of the second period brought to you by the Steg Chili Saves for Success program, where saves made will result in contributions up to $30,000 to minor hockey teams. Go to stegchili.ca for details.
Mayday's goal of the year, Matt Bellerive cuts across, makes a couple of good moves. Gets Polivka moving east-west, goes back on the long side to beat him.
35 seconds in this power play. Matt Dumba, one hands a pass over to Elson. That's onside. Puck's on the stick of Stahl, and he fires it right back outside the zone. Elson right back in. Hard around. Hamilton couldn't come up with it. Knocked down by Dumba. Some baseball skills. Taylor front. He is 1 on 5. Elson comes up with a puck. Moves it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton can't get far, and Hicketts fires it right back down, and that's it. Nelson's back on the ice. Victoria back to full strength.
Just before the play of the period, we talked a little bit about that, and with all the success Red Deer has had over this 11-game stretch, not a lot of success in the power play.
Brooks Maxwell drops it off. Bellerive was checked before he got a shot away. Jamie Crooks coming back. Hodges In front to Crooks. His shot doesn't get through to the net. McGee's stick shattered in his hands. Maxwell going against big 6'5" Keegan Kanzig, and he's demolished in the corner.
Really slow getting up. Boy, is he a load, that Kanzig.
That is a big man. He's 17 years old. We saw him before the game. He has to be 230, maybe more than that.
Oh, yeah. I think he was eating hay before the game.
Wyatt Johnson gets to the line. His shot goes off the stick and up over the glass.
Stag Chili, the #1 Chili.
You get a look at this big bump from Kanzig on Maxwell, and Maxwell's been so effective in this game, but Kanzig takes him and just rubs him out. I mean, literally rubs him out. And Maxwell got caught now with his back and went into the boards hard. Took some time to get up and slowly made his way towards that Red Deer bench.
Connor Bleakley, the 16-year-old, wins the faceoff. Dale Getzel behind the net, and Bleakley comes up with it. Bleakley to Cody Teal. Cycles to Wyatt Johnson. Teal again. Hicks. Hicks, the Kamloops native, circles his net. Another 16-year-old, composed play, cross-ice pass, and Getzel got a stick on it to break it up. Wyatt Johnson, he got a hit near the chops. He's getting physical here in the third period. Getzel got it to the line, doesn't get out. Davidson in front of the net to Getzel. Teal heard the icing call right away, turned around, but he won't get the break. Red Deer ices it. We're going to take a break with the Rebels up by 1. CHL alumni brought to you by Husky. Earn free gas with My Husky Rewards. Visit your local Husky retailer today.
Well, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and a couple of seasons here, and you could tell very quickly that this guy was going to be a top-flight National Hockey League player. He showed that throughout the course of his rookie year, and now the Edmonton Oilers have loaned him back to Canada's World Junior team. He'll be the #1 center and wear the C for that hockey club. And boy, Red Deer fans were treated to 2 years of spectacular play by that young man.
No kidding, and they don't have a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in their lineup, but have 9 wins in their last 11 games. They're getting the job done without that elite player.
It's that balanced scoring by committee.
Tyson Ness, one of those guys. Bella Reeves scored tonight. Forecheck in there, 2 guys on Hodges, and his clearing went out of play, but it was off a Red Deer player.
RJ, you talk about that balanced scoring attack and not having that one guy, that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and here's what Red Deer has done this season. That's Allison Bellerive, and they're getting scoring up and down that lineup. And in fact, the leading goal scorer with 11 is Charles Inglis, who's no longer with the club.
Oh, big hit from Stahl, the captain of the Victoria Royals, on Ness, and it didn't even phase Ness. He's right back in there again.
I like Stahl's game. He is a steady Eddie.
Well, he was one guy last year that was so upset that they led the league in goals against. Didn't want it to happen again. 325 goals against last season for Victoria. They're about the middle of the pack right now, but when you give up that many, that is a drastic improvement.
And you talk about the captain and the pride and wanting to improve in one area of your game, all for the team. And Stahl has taken that responsibility upon himself, and Victoria's better for it.
Well, there's some of Matt Dumba's skills. He skated that puck out of trouble. Dumba's pass, read by Nelson. Now Nelson tried to get it past today, couldn't. Ristino. We've seen him make something out of nothing a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, great offensive instincts for that young man.
One-on-one, Gogolev cutting in on Matt Dumba, and the leading scorer for the Royals couldn't get far against Dumba. Jordan Francouz taking his time. Past one man, sends it in. Nelson was from a dead stop, so Detzel gets there easily. Gets the pass ahead to Bleakley. Bleakley takes a bump from Crunk, and Dale Detzel, the 17-year-old, jumps into the play. Ransu eliminated immediately by Bleakley. Now Wyatt Johnson comes in, and he'll have to deal with big Keegan Kanzik. Kanzik up to Crunk. Comes to the line. Hickett slides it over to Kanzik. Kanzik throws shot. Kicked aside by Pouliot. Lively boards. That one comes back near the top of the circle. Hickett makes a move at center and takes a bump from Teal.
This guy's fearless. I love his game. I'm telling you, I haven't seen a 16-year-old with that kind of confidence and poise in a long, long time. He's been brilliant tonight for Victoria. Takes a bump, gets right back up, and keeps going.
Former BC Minor Hockey Player of the Year. Victoria looking for the equalizer. Hickett gets a shot. Blocked in front, puck in the slot, and Bleakley comes up with it. Matt Bellery. Bellery gets a shot, but that was wide. Joel Hamilton redirects one off the skate of Jack Walker, and wow, Patrick Polivka had to be quick.
Jackrabbit, quick. And this is a shot on goal that surely is going wide, and Walker, wearing number 14, has it go right off the skate, kicks it towards Polivka. And a nice reaction, but when you're a goaltender and you're in good position, it makes things a little easier for you. Polivka was in good position there.
That is a big save for Victoria, trailing by 1. Midway through the third period, Brandon Fushimi over the line and stops. Tried to get it to Fisher. Hamilton came back. Tyler Stahl rifles it right in. Pouliot can't stop it. Bellery, his progress was stopped. Hamilton takes a hit. Elson moves it to Bellery. That one gets through to Polivka, and he makes another save and hangs on. Red Deer still clinging to that 1-goal lead. The insurance goal of the game brought to you by your local insurance broker. To score your insurance goal, your best insurance is an insurance broker.
Well, the goal for Brent Sutter in this game was to get Matthew Dumba back and playing and to forget about his recent second cutting at the World Junior Camp. And it's worked well for Dumba because he's seen a lot of ice time, and Brent Sutter not giving them any time at all to think about what had just happened. And I've liked his game here tonight. It's been a lot more controlled and composed than what I'm used to seeing out of Matthew Dumba, but he has been steady as can be back there.
In front of the net, right off the faceoff, Elson got a shot away. The puck was loose for the moment. Not out though. Maxwell takes a hit. Elson spins away from Hodges. Elson drops it off. Maxwell. Hodges got on him in a hurry. Underwood chops it back into the corner. Reese Dino. This has been a good line for Red Deer tonight. Jesse Zagrogin has Dino all tied up. Didn't matter. He was still able to reach out and get that puck with his stick.
You can take the man. You got to take the stick too.
Underwood's shot. That was up high. Fleury pinches down, able to keep the puck in. Reese Dino passing front just out of the reach of Elson. Victoria gets it out. Jamie Crooks. Brandon McGee. McGee's shot. Pouliot to save. Couple of chances in both ends. Red Deer leading on Friday Night Hockey. Scored one in the first, one in the second. Victoria's lone goal, a power play in the first by Logan Nelson. Dino and Bellery, the goal scorers for Red Deer. Dumba, he lofts one toward the front of the net. Ness was there, couldn't direct it on goal. Today, his shot blocked. Ben Walker got it outside the zone. Pass through the middle, Hamilton trouble controlling, then Matt Dumba takes over. Dumba to Ness. Open man is Teal. Stops, and he's bumped and knocked down before he could get a shot. Right back up, the puck stayed there for him. Teal has it again.
They love the effort.
Nelson got a piece of it, and that will be just enough for icing.
Well, the teams trade chances. It starts with a face-off in the Victoria zone, and it's won here by the Red Deer Rebels based on the fact that Elson was able to get in there quickly. And then back the other way, McGee with a chance as he wildly slapped at it, going around Fleury. Hit the far pad, but a good stop there by Pouliot.
Down to 7:46 to go in the third. Red Deer's outshot Victoria 28-22. They have a 1-goal lead.
Rebels 7 straight wins here on home ice at the NMAX Century.
That's sent down the ice by Red Deer, and that will be on icing against the Rebels.
This Rebels team 10-0, then leading after 2 periods, and have really put on the pressure here. As you look at Brent Sutter to his left, or to his right rather, Jeff Truitt, who was brought on as an associate coach. There's Bryce Toma, who was working under Jesse Wallen, and said that was one of the toughest things he had to do is to leave Bryce Toma. The two would become very close over their time together on the Red Deer bench.
Hickett's being forechecked. Pell got right back up with help from Hodges, and the puck's out of the zone. Hodges now joining the rush. Jamie Crooks, leading goal scorer for the Royals. His shot was off his stick, went to the corner. Stephen Hodges on it right away. Turner Elson puts his head down, picks up some speed. Free agent signing by the Flames. Cuts right in, barrels into Palika. And Palika is down, and the Royals aren't going to like that one bit.
It's funny, you know, we were in here this morning, and Bryce Toma was the one who told us, Turner Elson, this guy has great speed wide, and he surprises a lot of players with his ability to burn defensemen wide, but it's not just the wide speed, it's the ability to cut it to the net too. And as Hickett's gets turned around, Elson says, forget this, I'm not going around the net with this puck. I'm going to take it straight to the net. Here's a guy who went to the development camp of the Flames last year. They liked him so much that they decided to sign him, but he delivers a hard blow to the goalie. And for that, he will go to the box. Olivka was down and out for a little while, but he slowly made his way back to his feet, and Elson, because of that hard drive, gets called for goaltender interference. It's his 3rd minor penalty of the night.
Victoria 1 for 4 on the power play, but they haven't had a shot in their last 2 opportunities with the man advantage. They haven't had a shot since they scored their power play goal.
2 minutes for goaltender interference. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 1 second.
Ben Walker with all that speed. Tried to make the pass, and Matt Dumba sniffed at it. Joe Hickett, a 16-year-old quarterback in this power play at an important time for the Royals. Hickett's able to walk in. Shot right on. Pouliot saw it all the way and hung on. Let's take this opportunity for a connected update. Here's Ryan Leslie and George Popoulos. All right, thanks, guys. Minute 31 to go in this power play for the Victoria Royals. Later stages of the third period, 6.5 to go in the third. Shot, I don't know if Pouliot saw it. It was directed wide. Olivka has that get past him. That gives Brooks Maxwell a chance to get in on the forecheck.
Notice he's a little rattled after getting run over by Elson. That was just a whip.
You're going to let that go 5-hole. That's the one you want to get past him.
Good point.
Cote all tied up, the crowd cheering the effort of Brooks Maxwell. He's keeping the Royals hemmed in the corner. Maxwell almost picked that off as Hodges walked in front of his own goal. Coming in to help out Wyatt Johnson. Johnson, he can't get the net, but he's drawn a penalty. Johnson will keep possession. Careful as Pouliot going to the bench. They don't want to get caught with too many men.
How many times do you see that? While shorthanded, you get some offensive pressure and it results in a penalty.
Leakley coming in over the line, and finally the Royals able to touch it. It will be 4-on-4 for 27 seconds.
Solid effort.
Following that, Red Deer will get a power play for a minute 33.
Dave Lowry looking on and upset that his team not only couldn't get much done in the last 3 power play opportunities, but now it's Hodges who draws the penalty. And it was for sheerly out of frustration. You see Johnson working there, and no doubt that Hodges had to stick up on him a few times.
What a penalty kill by Brooks Maxwell. Valerie crushes Hicketts, and he's going to get a penalty. Hicketts gets right back up, and there's going to be plenty of room on the ice when we come back on Friday Night Hockey. 4-on-3 power play for Victoria.
First meeting between these two clubs this year. They will meet once more here in Red Deer, but that has not stopped an Eastern and a Western Conference rival from exhibiting physical play. It started right from puck drop and has continued all the way through. For the most part, it's been clean. There's been a couple that have gone unnoticed, and one here at the end on Hicketts that resulted in the penalty, but other than that, it's been a fairly cleanly played physical game between these two sides.
Bellerive, man in the penalty box for that last hit. Well, here's the deal. It's a 4-on-3 power play for Victoria for the next 15 seconds. Pass in front. Maxwell, who's done such a great job penalty killing, makes another big play while short-handed. Elson standing up. He's back on the ice, so we're 4-on-4. Short-lived power play. Victoria not able to do much. They're trailing by a goal with under 5 minutes to go in the third. Down low. Gogolev, the leading scorer for the Royals, had 2 chances, and Bolton Pouliot robbed him.
I didn't like the lone goal that Pouliot let in this game as it came off the backboards and it was rebounded in by Nelson, but here he stands tall. He gets it down low. Gogolev, one chance and then the backhand, and can't get it to go either time. I think he was shocked on that particular occasion. He had so much time, and a guy with his hands and his skill, rather than shoot the puck, I thought he'd make a move, but he didn't realize how much time he had.
Wide open, down low, 4-on-4. Victoria looking for more. Walker for the right, scores! The brothers team up. Big brother Ben sets up Jack. And it's 2-2.
Well, all this time with Victoria finding a lull in the second period and struggling here in the third period. A couple of power play opportunities that never work, but the 4-on-4 situation works to perfection. And it starts with a good face-off win. And from there, good pressure being applied. Ben to Jeff, or Jack rather, and Jack finishes it off. Boy, Ben Walker's got great speed, and his acceleration helped him escape the check there and get it over to his brother.
For his first Western Hockey League goal, 16-year-old Jack Walker comes through with a big one for Victoria.
Yeah, the family will be celebrating that one.
Nice little gift from Big Brother just before Christmas. That's all Jack wanted.
He doesn't have to get him a present now.
No, that's the best one he could have got him. Red Deer trying the same thing. Ness couldn't get good wood on the shot. Jamie Crooks slowly in his own zone. Need of a change, rolls it in. We're 4-on-4 for the next 25 seconds. Then it'll be a very brief 9-second power play for Victoria. This is a 3 Royals coming in on this rush. Nelson, he scored in the game. McGee, his shot stopped. Rebound, that stopped too. Brooks Maxwell in the other way for Red Deer. That one's knocked out of midair by Dentzel, who had jumped into the play. Believed there was sharp, turned it aside. Hodges takes a hit, put it right in on goal. Pouliot, no chances. All the penalties are over. We're back to 5-on-5. And we are even on Friday Night Hockey with 3 minutes to go in the third. Alex Gogolev tries to cut in, takes a hit from Matt Dumba. Somehow they switched sticks. Did Dumba pick up Gogolev's stick? Or did Gogolev somehow have his?
No, I think Gogolev had his.
2-on-2 in the corner in the Victoria zone. Wyatt Johnson came out of the corner with it, couldn't get a shot away. Gogolev head to Tim Traber. He couldn't get inside that Red Deer zone. Wyatt Johnson, big shot, that's off the skate, so fly. Detzel thought about pinching in. Now he's backed off. He'll have to hurry. Fisher has a stride on him. Trying to go wide, and Detzel recovers.
That's why National Hockey League scouts love Detzel. You know, he makes a mistake and some hesitancy in the decision and recovers perfectly. Cuts his man off at the pass.
Victoria's outshot Red Deer in this third period. 13-6. They've been rewarded for it. They've evened things up. Keegan Kensing, 6'5". Threw it in front of the net. Leakley got a stick on it. Victoria's still in possession. Landed Fushimi. One of these 16-year-olds, Dave Lowry's so happy with. Traber shields the puck. Fushimi, front of the net. Didn't get a shot. That's past Kanzig outside the zone. Minute and a half to go in the third. Changed by the Royals. Maybe it'll result in a chance. Speedy Ben Walker stops. Gets to the middle. Rifled it high. Fushimi to Nelson. He can't get it away from Joel Hamilton. Now he does on a second effort. Nelson in front. Pouliot made a save.
Give the Victoria Royals a lot of credit here. They just held things tight. Got a couple of big saves from Polivka, able to tie it up late. And now just looking for that guaranteed point in the road.
Look out, Reese Dino. He's been dangerous. Gets it to Hamilton. His shot was wide. Nelson chips at it. Jack Walker, the goal scorer in this period for Victoria. Got to the Rebels line. He was stopped out. Jesse Zagraga setting things up. Royals, they can smell at least a point. 30 seconds to go. Dino not letting them get out of their zone easily. Hodges works hard, gets it to center. Over to McGee. Hodges stretches to stay on side. 19 seconds to go in the period. Maxwell. Nice move inside his own end. 10 seconds to go in regulation time. Elson in over the line. Elson tried to make the soft pass and have Maxwell catch up to it. Johnson needs to shoot. The crowd's telling him. Got the shot away, but Hodges was there. Didn't let it get through to the net. And we will need extra time to decide this one.
Well, isn't that interesting? The Red Deer Rebels had won 7 straight games at home. That possibility still exists. And 10-0 when leading after 2 periods. Both of those in peril now thanks to a late goal by the Victoria Royals.
What a third period on the road by the Royals. Out shooting the Rebels. They get the lone goal. 4 goals in the game so far. Let's take a look at them.
Well, here it starts in that first period of play. Reese Dino off the Maxwell rebound makes it 1-0, and then Hicketts bounces it off the boards. Nelson bounces it off Pouliot to tie it at 1. In the second period, the Red Deer Rebels would take the lead thanks to Brad May's goal of the year by Matt Bellerive as he cuts across the middle and goes back the other way against Polivka. And here in the third period, under 5 minutes left, Walker to Walker, and it's Jack with his first WHL. Couldn't pick a better time to do it, to tie this thing at deuces. That's where we stand now, headed into overtime.
Red Deer has gone to overtime or a shootout 8 times. They're much better if it goes to a shootout. They're 1-2 in overtime, 4-1 in the shootout. Victoria is 2-0 in overtime.
This overtime brought to you by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
There's a look at those overtime records. Both teams pretty good in the shootout. Victoria hasn't lost in overtime. Couple of wins. 4-on-4. That's how they were able to strike against the Rebels.
You look at this Victoria team, and we talked about 3 goals or more for the Victoria Royals. They are 14-2-0-1 when they score 3 or more goals. And this is the position they sit in right now. If they score 3 here tonight, they win it.
Friday night hockey, a little extra Friday night hockey. Overtime about to go. The Royals and the Rebels. Royals sit 6th in the Western Conference. The Rebels are 4th in the Eastern Conference. Both teams important point. Now they battle for that extra. Right away, Rebels get it in the offensive zone. Stephen Hodges will be joined by Francouz jumping up into the play. Francouz trying to go wide on Davidson. That's off the side of the net. Captain of the Rebels, Werner Elson, takes a bump from Hodges. Francouz knocked that out of midair. Put the pass right on the tape of Jamie Crooks. Crooks, nice shot. There's the reason why he's got 15 goals on the year, that release.
Lightning quick, and he got a lot on it. Pouliot only got a piece, but enough to send it over the net.
Matt Dumba takes his time, finds Tyson Ness. Ness gets around one man. Good shot, bounces to Polivka. Puck still loose. Dumba jumps in looking for that puck. Joe Hicketts, puck was rolling on it. Couldn't get much on the pass to McGee. McGee comes back. Now the young 16-year-old from Kamloops. Brings it ahead. Rogers just kicked it out to center. Brady Gaudet getting the call from his goaltender to wheel. Not to center. Now he gets it deep. Gaudet will stay in on this one. Francouz has the puck taken from him by Maxwell. Then Walker. Careful if he gets wound up. Walker lofts one in. The Walker brothers up front again. Why not?
Yeah, it worked for the game tire.
Matt Dumba spins away from Jack Walker. There's plenty of time now. Pass was off his stick, bounced to center. Royals send it right back in. 3 minutes to go in overtime. Pedestrian start to overtime. Not many chances yet. Matt Dumba content to stay right behind his net.
They wanted Red Deer to make sure that all the line changes were made.
Wyatt Johnson. Johnson couldn't get around Hickett, so he stopped. Brandon Davidson, over H defenseman to Johnson. Hickett's off the glass, and Stephen Hodges comes 2-on-2 over the line with Logan Nelson. Hodges has it again. Big shot, that was blocked. Stahl, he rifles one in. Screen in front, but it wasn't on goal. Joe Hicketts. He's been out there a long time here, a 4-on-4. Logan Nelson, Sabres property, takes a hard hit from Hayden Fleury. Connor Bleakley. Bleakley tries to deke around his future under-17 Team Pacific teammate. 2 minutes to go in overtime. No great chances yet. Matt Dumba joined the rush. 3-on-3 as Red Deer comes over the line. Shot off the post. Nelson dead center off the post. More posts on Friday night hockey. It's a theme.
Holy, that's 4 in this game now.
Matt Dumba. He's controlling the pace of overtime. Gets it over to Reese Dino. Back in front. Instead of the reach of Dumba. Dino steals another puck. Francouz battling with Dino behind the net. In front. And Elson couldn't get a handle on it. Down to a minute to go here in overtime. Alex Gobalad. Oh boy. Ben Walker just about kept that onside.
Well, you look at how this play develops for the Red Deer Rebels in this 4-on-4 situation. It's a simple chip. Elson back to Dumba, and off they go. And you can see this is where Matt Dumba shows his confidence. He says, no, this is a 4-on-4 situation. I'm going to jump up on the rush. And as he draws both defenders down, Elson, that gap widens for him to get a good shot on goal, but he could only draw iron.
Tyson Ness to the corner against Hicketts. Joel Hamilton leaves it for Ness. Right back to Detzel. His shot, that's up high. Underwood beats it in, puts it behind the Victoria Royals goal. Pickett slides it up the boards. Ben Walker waits for it. Walker to Jesse Zagragan. He's bumped by Davidson. Zagragan able to send it in deep. Logan Nelson anticipated it. Nelson has it in the corner. Hodges is in front of the net. Zagragan can't handle the puck, and it comes outside the line. 15 seconds to go in overtime. Maybe one last chance. Hodges gets a stride. Hodges locks in, and Pouliot stops him and hangs on.
Well, good get up and go there by Hodges, the Florida third-round pick from last year's National Hockey League draft. Picks it up at the line, and there he's able to boogie. He gets by Underwood and goes to the backhand, and I think the shot was wide anyway, but nonetheless, it still looked good for Pouliot as Hodges ran out of real estate.
Comes down to a big face-off with 7.2 seconds to go in overtime. Comes to the boards. Cote pinches down. 3 seconds to go. Cote trying to get it to the front of the net. Can't do it. And that is the end of overtime.
Go figure here on Friday Night Hockey. Another close one, another shootout. And it'll be interesting to see how Bolton Pouliot, the Red Deer goalie, fares in the shootout.
Bolton Pouliot, Patrick Polivka, the goaltenders, they'll be busy. The shootout's next. Friday Night Hockey getting set for the shootout. Bolton Pouliot, he's been busy.
Yeah, and he's played extremely well. I mean, I didn't like the first goal he gave up. The second one he didn't have much of a chance on, but in between he has been there when called upon. And knowing now that he's fully in a battle with Spencer Tremblay to back up Patrick Bartczak whenever he returns, those two will get a month to strut their stuff. And Pouliot getting back-to-back starts. Tremblay will play tomorrow. And for Pouliot, it's been the kind of game where you give up a bad goal but you rebound, and I like his diligence and I like his persistence. And Patrick Polivka for the Victoria Royals has been equally as good in goal on the other side of the coin. Both goalies have been the recipients of some help from the post. Nelson on the spin around, rebound control there, kicking Dumba shot aside. He's been particularly good with the blocker, has Polivka. And at times the rebound control there as well. Both goalies have worked extremely hard in this game and deserve the opportunity to win it here in the shootout.
And of course, we've mixed in a few more posts.
Yeah, why not?
Goalie's best friend. The Red Deer Rebels 9-1-1 in their last 11. The Victoria Royals 4 straight wins on the road. They haven't lost in regulation time in their last 8 games. Red Deer has been very good in the shootout. 4-1. Dangerous man for Victoria in the shootout is Logan Nelson. He has both of their shootout game winners. So you'd have to bet he'd be on the list for Dave Lowry.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3, and it looks as if he's going to start this thing off.
Logan Nelson's out there. Buffalo Sabres 5th round pick. He's scored in this game. Just have to get the net on for Patrick Polivka.
Yeah, why not a little extra time to end the western swing of this road trip? A pretty good tilt Wednesday night in Lethbridge between the Kelowna Rockets and the Hurricanes, and a good one here tonight.
Logan Nelson coming in on Bolton Pouliot. Nelson walks in, fakes the shot, makes the move. Oh boy, what a goal that was.
Yeah, spectacular, and Brad May might want to reconsider his goal of the year as Nelson stops here in the shootout, slaps the stick down, gets Pouliot moving the wrong way, and opens the scoring.
Reese Dino, he's had a strong game. He opened the scoring a minute 12 into the game. Can he score in the shootout? Polivka! He had it and it just trickled in. Slow motion goal by Reese Dino, and we're even.
And now he's 2 for 3 on the shootout throughout the course of the season. Polivka thought he had it up off the glove, and it bounces off the back of his left skate and I mean just barely in. He goes back to reach for it, but it's a little too late.
Brandon McGee, 18-year-old from Edmonton. McGee comes in, goes to the backhand. Pouliot stops it.
Good stop by Pouliot. He was not going to be fooled the same way he was against Logan Nelson, and so McGee, who tries to go to the backhand, Pouliot follows him there and takes it away.
Matt Bellerive, he's the other guy who scored for Red Deer. During the game, he scores in the shootout. Wolfset, top cheese, Bellerive, and the Rebels have the lead in the shootout.
The most shootout attempts by anyone for Red Deer. That's his 6th, and he has now scored on 3 of them, has Bellerive.
Now the pressure is on Stephen Hodges. He needs to score to keep it alive for Victoria. Hodges comes in and does. What a clutch goal by the Panthers prospect.
Never a big fan of the slow-mo approach, but here it works perfectly for Hodges. That slow approach, and he's able to go blocker side at the last second, bringing it to the forehand to beat Pouliot.
Still a chance to win it for Red Deer. Connor Bleakley, the 16-year-old, comes in, and he goes top shelf. And a little celebration from Bleakley. He has the shootout game winner. The Red Deer Rebels have the victory.
Well, the Rebels extend their home win streak to 8 games, and although that lead was given up in the 3rd period, it moved to 11-0 when leading after 2, and Bleakley does like those before him, goes upstairs on Polivka. He gets him to go down into that butterfly, goes top shelf, glove side, and the Red Deer Rebels win it.
Just another one of the 16-year-olds who have such a bright future. Connor Bleakley goes in and ices it for the Red Deer Rebels. A shootout needed for the Rebels' victory, and they just keep on rolling. 10 wins in their last 12 games.
Friday Night Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Old Dutch, the official chip of the CHL. With Old Dutch, quality lives here. By your local insurance broker. Your best insurance is an insurance broker. By Cal Tire. Talk to Cal at any of the 240 locations across Canada or shop online at caltire.com. Cal Tire, true service. And by MasterCard. For everything you need to compete this season, there's MasterCard.
What a week in the Western Hockey League for Friday Night Hockey. Kelowna wins on Wednesday. Red Deer and Victoria go to a shootout. The Rebels get the victory. On behalf of Sam Cosentino and Roger Millions, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for watching. Connected with Ryan Leslie and George Popoulos is next.